We can put the camera on the cookies because that's more interesting than me. Let's see. Where's it? Oh, I don't know how to turn it around, so it's videotaping my face. I'm not very good with technology, that's for sure. All right. Well, as long as I have a video, audio, that'll be fine. Oh, I guess I could do it that way. Just Augie.
Did you want a cookie, Jim?
Not right now.
Okay.
Oh, right. So did Jody ever interview you for any of her papers in her master's program?
Once she did, yeah.
You're
That's
always our
kinda
guinea
hard.
pigs, huh? I know I've interviewed both my children for various papers, and
Oh.
my husband will be next.
How old are your children?
One's 19, and she's at ASU.
Okay.
And then my younger one's 14. So she's in high school. And then I have a stepson, he's 16.
Okay.
All teenagers.
That's not easy either.
You probably remember those days,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then when Jody had all teenagers.
Yeah. Yeah, and now we're back to, let's see.
Little ones again.
Aw.
Yeah, we have, our youngest grandson just turned 16 in December.
Oh, wow.
So we've got them from his age up to Jody's son, who is 32. So
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, and he just got married. Then they're expecting a baby?
Yes.
Or? Okay. Yeah.
they're due December 21st.
Oh.
They're having a little boy,
Oh.
so that will be our second great grandchild.
Oh. And Nick was in the class with me when we both started at CPS, at Child Protective Services.
Oh. Okay.
I
cool.
actually met him before I met Jody.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Small world.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So the paper I'm writing is about like aging and systems. So how things change as you age and what how systems affect that. So since I didn't know you very well, I wasn't really sure what systems you might know that you've been affected by, or like things that have changed in society, and how that's impacted you. So I might ask for your help in thinking of like something that major that's happened that you've noticed that has impacted you. So I might get creative on some ideas.
All right.
But the first thing we'll just look at is like what your typical day looks like. So like what do you do in an average day?
Now, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we always say we're going to sleep in, and we never do. But our day now that we're both retired is we just spend the day together
Oh.
and usually do our grocery shopping together, do our banking together. Wherever we go, we usually go out together.
Oh.
And I don't like to drive anymore.
Yeah.
So he does, I would say, 99% of the driving. And I usually go along with wherever he's going too. So, but we enjoy spending the day together.
Well, that's good. You still get along.
And then we're on
Yeah.
our computer half the
We
day.
just, last Sunday was our 57th wedding anniversary.
Oh, congratulations. Wow, that's quite a milestone.
Yeah, been together a long time.
Does your family celebrate? Do you have like a party or people come over? Or?
Well, not normally. We did for our 50th, I think was
Our
the last time.
50th and 55th, we went to Hawaii
Yeah.
Nice.
and spent our anniversary over there.
Oh.
60th, it's a bit iffy yet. We're waiting to see what our health is going to be like.
Yeah, yeah.
But normally we don't do a whole lot. We went out with her sister and husband Sunday and ate.
Yeah,
But,
they took us out to dinner.
Oh.
Other than that, we just don't get out that much. Don't want to get out and fight the traffic.
My
I
sister,
hear you on that. Yeah, that Dell Road.
my sister was in our wedding when we got married, and she had just had her 13th birthday, so she was our junior bridesmaid.
Oh.
when we got married.
Oh.
So anyway, it was nice having she and her husband take us out to dinner the other night. We hadn't planned that. We had said, they had called and said, hey, can we go to dinner with you on your anniversary? And we said, well, sure. Not thinking that it was because they wanted to pay for the dinner. We said,
Aw.
no. You know, we've got gift cards, and that's what we're going out to dinner on. No, we're picking up the tab. Okay.
Aw. So you let them do that?
Yes,
Yeah.
This weird feeling I didn't. Yeah, I did. Okay.
like you say, that's basically our typical day.
Okay.
And we have doctor's appointments. We go to each other's doctor's appointments just to make sure that we hear things right. You know,
Yeah.
whether one hears it one way and I hear it the other way, and then we'll discuss it to try to figure out what was what. So, and like I say, she doesn't really drive anymore, so I take her at her beck and knowledge whenever she's wanting to go someplace.
Your
Well,
own
you
personal
wanna go.
Uber or
Yeah.
Lyft, right?
Yeah.
That's good. It sounds like what the two of you together bring your strengths together. So
I think
the
so.
listening and the remembering and
Yeah.
so,
Well, and I had a bad fall, about 3 years ago, and I fell on the back of my head.
Oh, you fell on your forehead.
Okay,
Oh.
on my forehead. But I thought I was fine, but about a year and a half later, I started realizing I was having memory problems.
Oh wow.
So there were certain things that I couldn't remember, and usually it was things that were sad or tragic, like all of a sudden something was said. I went to make out our Christmas cards one year, and I asked Jim, I said, why do we have a different address for my friend Carolyn? And he said, don't you remember? And I said, no. You go ahead.
Well, and the girl, we stood up with them when they got married, and then they were in our wedding signing this book. Carmen went to school with her all through grade school and high school and so forth, and we double dated and everything. But she had cancer. It was cured, and it came back, and she died.
Oh.
And so I told Carmen, I said, don't you remember Carolyn died? And she says no, and she just broke out in sobbed,
I-
you know.
Aw.
I mean, it was
So-
just like a memory that didn't exist anymore.
Now, when she has bad memories, she tends to not remember it. And we've asked this guy, not psychiatrist, but psychologist, we're going to, and ask him, can you block out bad memory? And he says, definitely. So basically, that's what she's done. Anything that's been detrimental and bad, she doesn't remember.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with that, you know.
Yeah, if it's
So,
helping you to protect
but-
yourself throughout the day.
But other than that, she's still pretty sharp. Now she feels some days she's not, but she really is. She's sharp as a tack. She does all the housework. She does all the banking and everything else. You know.
That takes a lot of
So,
memory and honesty, right?
Yeah, like I say, she amazes me a lot of times on different things that she, yes, has forgotten, but just out the clear blue sky, you know, she'll say something, that's just, you're not losing it.
Yeah.
You know, her mom died from dementia, and she's afraid that that's what she's gonna have. And from what we
My
found
mother
out,
had Alzheimer's.
and no, what we found out so far is she doesn't have it. Now, yes, she does have a slight memory loss, but when we get to be 70, she's 76, I'm 78. The older we get, we do forget things. And, you know, we'll be talking and I'm trying to explain something to her. well, what is it? I can't think of the name of it. And I'll go get the item and bring it back and says, this is, you know. So we all go through that as we age.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's
So-
a normal thing that
Yeah,
happens to
yeah.
most people.
Yeah, the older you get, you know, and you put something down, you'll misplace it. You
Yeah.
think, what happened to it? She had
Yeah.
a set of keys she couldn't find. And we looked at this house high and low. We went through every purse 3 times. She just happened to go through the purse a 4th time and says, it fell through a hole in the purse.
Oh, so
You know.
nobody would have been able to find that.
And we asked everybody, did you find a set of keys? And we had you all the time.
Yeah,
But this, you know, this,
yeah, like,
those things happen.
right,
Yeah.
right. And
No,
you knew
you-
what to do, asking people, looking every place, and
But I'll tell you what really helps is having a husband who is so loving and so kind. And, you know, just the fact that he can be so patient with me, that is my saving grace.
yeah, it sounds like a lot of your strengths come from each other. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try. And
Yeah.
like I say, Jody got her into doing crossword puzzles, and she's sharp as a tack with them. She'll ask me questions, old sporting questions. Did so and so and so and so? I said, yes. These things happened years ago, you know, and she's pulls them right up, you know. So,
I like to think like the brain. You know, we've gone through so many years that we put so many things in, and we've kept them in there.
Yeah.
And so then when we get older, we still have all those things, but it's kind of hard to make room for the new stuff.
Yeah.
So that new stuff can just bounce off.
but it's a lot of current things that she has trouble with
Yeah.
trying to remember.
Yeah.
But things are a little bit older. She's on top of that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I spent years working in the medical field.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you if you did work.
Yeah. And I worked for doctors for many, many years. And then the last few years,
40 years.
yeah, after we came out here, though, I worked in the hospital here.
Oh.
And, you know, I worked in the
Admitting.
admitting department here. And that was real interesting, too, though. So I really liked it.
Did you work as long as you possibly could, or did you pick a time to retire, or how did you do that?
When we moved out here in '92, and we had both said that, hey, we're going to take 6 months and enjoy things. 2 months later, she got a job at the hospital. She worked with her at Boswell. In 2000, she had a heart attack. And she worked the night shift, and she just couldn't do it anymore. And, you know, one thing led to another. She had fibromyalgia that's very painful,
Yeah.
but they set it up that she could work from home, and she went from 3rd shift to days, working days.
Oh wow.
And then it came 2005, and she says, you know, my health just isn't that great. She says, I think I'm going to retire this year. I says, I tell you what, if you're going to retire, so am I.
Oh.
So she went out at 62, and I went out at 64. And it's the greatest thing we ever done. You know,
That's really
so
good
like
to
I said,
hear, because it's hard for some people.
We've been retired for 14 years, and
We've enjoyed it.
Oh.
I mean, of course, we had saved a lot, and so we were able to do a lot of traveling at first. Went to Hawaii, 2 or 3 different times?
we went 3 times, but the first time was back in the middle 70s.
Yeah, but that's when
With
we
my
went with your
folks.
mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But her and I went together. Of course, we wouldn't go separately. But we went on our 50th and 55th. We stayed at the same hotel we stayed at when we went in '76.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rainbow Towers, you know, in Hawaii, on Honolulu. So we had a fantastic room in 50, and we had a bedroom on our 55th. So we just enjoy ourselves, and we don't have to do a whole lot at our ages. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have to do a whole lot. Just sit
We enjoyed,
and sit and watch the world pass
Yeah.
in front of you.
we
we
enjoyed
get to-
walking along the beach and.
Yeah, we get to enjoy each other.
Yeah.
And went swimming 2 or 3 different times, you know, and we just sat on the lanai. We didn't have to do anything. Just
And that was okay with you?
It's so
Oh, yeah.
beautiful. It's so beautiful over there. You
Yeah,
know, so.
yeah.
I don't know how anybody could be there and not enjoy
Not
it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But retirement, sometimes people have a hard time with because their work is their whole life or their identity. So you
It
didn't
never
experience
was
that?
with us.
Oh.
No, we've been the type that we've been both of us laid back. We weren't considered people persons, that you had to be around people all the time. As long as it's just the two of us here, as long as I can get up from my computer and go in and see her and give her a kiss or something like this, and she'll do the same thing to me, you know, we're satisfied with this,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, we used to gamble a little bit, but that doesn't even mean anything to us anymore, you know.
He asked me the other night, he said, you know, it's been a long time since we've been out to any of the casinos around here. And I said, I know, and I haven't even missed it. And he said, I haven't either.
Yeah, when we were younger, it was fun.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
doubt
yeah.
about it. And I'm not saying we're rich because we're not, but we budgeted ourselves to where there's a lot of times we was going 2 or 3 times a month, you know, but we broke even,
Yeah.
you know, and that's the name of the game.
Yeah. Looking at
So,
it as an entertainment that you know you're not going to make money doing
Right.
it. Right.
Well, and that's like on one of our anniversaries, we went out to Auchin, and they were having specials. You buy $10 in coins, and they give you 20 or something like this. And so I told her, I says, we'll play the dollar machines. It's their money, you know. And I put in 3 and won 9, and she put in her 3 and didn't win anything. And I said, let's play it off and we'll move on. So I played my 3 and we didn't get anything. She played her 3 and the machine stopped. And she had a double, a red 7, a red 7. Well, we looked at the machine and we thought, we won $200.
Oh my goodness.
We're
Wow.
tickled to death, you know.
That's a
But
good
like I
date,
said,
huh?
the machine stopped. Everybody started coming around. Management came around and so forth, and they opened it up and they checked to make sure the coins were right and checked cards and run the machine forward and backwards.
My goodness.
And we said, you're doing all this for $200? Lady, you hit the jackpot. She says, it's the first time it's been hit in over 5 years.
Oh my goodness.
She hit it for 10,000.
Wow.
I did.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine $10,000 on
Yeah.
one spin?
Oh, wow.
And if you had your card in, they would double any jackpot up to $1,000. So she actually got 11,000.
Oh, wow.
But we enjoyed giving the money away. Yes, we bought a few things for ourselves, but we gave the money to friends, bought different things for friends and so on and so
Oh,
forth.
so enjoyed.
And our kids.
We were tickled to
Yeah.
death that we were able to do this to help other people.
Yeah.
And that's the way we've always been.
And I'm sure that's where Jody gets her spirit from, of helping. She's probably gotten it from you
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
And her marriage lasting so long. You can see a
Yeah.
lot of patterns in your family. That's amazing.
Yeah. She's a good girl.
Yeah.
Yes, she
yeah.
is.
She
And
is.
she's got a good husband, too.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you guys kind of covered a lot of the questions I already had written
Oh.
out. So, yeah, what is important to you in your life? You guys mentioned each other, family, your How about, do you guys plan to live here as long as you can? Is your having your independence sounds like it's really important to you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got, you know, our will and stuff like that all set up. If one of us would go, the other one might say like, move into Sun City West. The reason why we moved here, because we were 48 and 50.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we had grandkids who were young.
Yeah.
If something were to happen to Chris and Judy and we had to watch the kids, by living here, we could stay here.
Yeah.
But if you lived in Sun City or Sun City West,
You could
Within
take
6
kids
months.
Right,
in,
right.
you know,
Months,
if
you had to
something
move out.
happened to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So this is
So-
not a retirement neighborhood.
No.
then? Oh, okay.
it,
Yeah.
no, but yes.
Yeah.
There's more retirees living here. There are young families with kids. There's no age restriction here.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And like I say, we moved out here in '92. We love it. I miss it because my son's not out here with me, but it's not feasible for him to be out here right now.
Oh.
He's married with 3 kids, and so one's in college, one's going to college of some sort, and the other one's a sophomore in high school.
Yeah. So they're
So
set.
it's not
Yeah.
feasible
Yeah.
for them to come, you know. But like I say, we came from Indiana, and when you get up every day and it's blue sky,
No
and
snow
not
to shovel.
Yeah,
snow.
exactly. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Especially now that Indiana's got 20-degree weather and
yeah,
a foot of snow on the ground.
they don't have that much, but they do have snow, you know. But no, this has been a God-given situation with her and I. They're God-given that we met and how we got married and so forth, and everything that's happened in our life from the day we got married. God has interceded in one way or the other. Now, maybe we didn't know it at the time, but you did know it at a later date, you know.
Yeah.
So, yes, we are religious, we are Christians. Yeah, we may not go to church every Sunday. We used to go quite a bit. We used to go to CCV.
Oh, okay.
Well, we
Yeah.
still do when we go, but
That's still considered our church. But like with most couples, you always can find an excuse why you can't go. And we, granted with our ages, we haven't felt that good to get out to walk into church, and you go into church now and you freeze your duff off, you know. So you've always got to take some kind of a wrap when
Yeah.
you go in, you know. So, but like I say, it's been God-given all the way down the line, and we thank God for everything,
Oh.
so.
If there was a way, does CCV have something like where they bring church to you or anything like that, like home visiting or?
They do have small groups. We haven't been to the small group for a while,
Yeah.
but then we used to go to it quite a bit. CCV is set up that if and when you die, you can have your funeral at CCV at no charge,
Oh, wow.
okay? But with our cases, we're gonna be cremated, so that's immaterial at that point,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
We thought we would do this to take it out of the kids' hands, that they wouldn't have to worry about, you know, going to a funeral home and a casket and everything else.
yeah, we've
Yeah.
already got all of
This-
our
this is all
arrangements
been
made.
prepaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they don't have to, that's just one thing that they don't have to worry about, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we done it.
Was it hard to do that? Like thinking about,
No.
because you were focused on your
We had
family, it sounds
we
like.
had discussed it for a while. I used to get a card in the mail, last 4, 5, 6, 7 years, from Neptune Society.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Those-
told her, I says, it's them up, let's find out what it is. And they sent a representative out here, we talked to her. She explained the whole ball of wax to us, and I think at that point, it was $22.50 per person.
Thank you.
Now, yeah, a lot of people may get cremated for $500, $600, $700, and we paid $2,200. I don't care.
Is that your
But-
phone, Jim?
Huh?
Your phone going off?
Yeah, it's Jamie, he's blowing tonight.
Oh,
But dignity will take care of it. Like using a funny thing, if somebody in the family wants to view you after you've died and you haven't been cremated yet, they kind of put you on ice until the family can see if they want to see.
Oh, okay.
And then
So
you're
they can.
cremated and they give everything to you. If you want them to spread the ashes at sea, they will do it at no charge.
Wow.
So the whole ball of wax has been paid for. The kids don't have to worry about anything. Now, it's up to us if we want to keep the ashes or if we want them to dump them. At this point, we're gonna keep them, but that's subject to change later on down the road, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's what we got set up.
Oh, you guys have done a lot of research and planning. And
That's, if you even consider it, or even if your folks are considering something like this, I highly recommend that.
yeah.
You know, it just, it takes it out of their kids' hands.
Yeah.
well, both of our folks did things like this.
Yeah.
And so it was so much easier on all of us in the family when their times came that we didn't have to worry about it. We knew what they had wanted. We knew that everything was already planned.
Well, they had prepaid everything, you know, so granted, they were buried, they were in a casket and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
The funeral was at her brother's church, because he's a minister.
Well, my folks.
Yes, your folks.
Yeah.
And that's the same with my folks, you know. And I know when my mom died, at her funeral, she was avid Purdue University football, basketball. I mean, she was in front of that TV constantly. So the last song they played before the ceremony was over with was the Purdue fight song.
Oh.
They're on and on, and I tell you, everybody
Yeah, it
in
was
that
grandma.
place just broke apart crying, you know,
Oh,
because
yeah.
they knew how avid she was with Purdue, you know.
That was probably a good cry, you know, a
Yeah.
celebration
Boy,
cry.
It was, it really was, you know. It's,
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I'll be still for a minute.
It's okay. Well, I don't have to worry about not getting enough information. That's great. Because usually when I'm working with families, they're not wanting to talk to me too much. So this is great. Let's see. Well, it sounds like you guys do have friends that you hang out with, go out with. So you do have some social, even though you prefer to be at home, it sounds like. But
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
we had some real close friends from Indianapolis that Cheryl and I had worked with, worked together for,
25
number of years.
25, 30 years.
yeah. We both worked at the same doctor's office for
Oh.
years in Indianapolis. And about, 10 years ago?
8 to 10, I would say, yeah.
They moved out here.
oh,
And they moved to,
They moved to Lake Havasu, and her husband had checked everything, you know, even though Lake Havasu is a little bit warmer than here, and he knew that, but it was a smaller town.
yeah.
And so after they moved there, and they'd been there for about 3 years or 3.5 years, they thought, it's so far to go to get to anything, and there's just nothing to do here.
Oh.
So they came and spent time with us and looked for houses out here, and they
Aw.
found one out here in Sun City Grand.
Oh, okay.
So when we went back to Indiana once, we gave them the keys to the house. you can live here and look for it, and they found a house within a day or so, you know. So they're now in Sun City Grand, so we do get together.
they
with them
love
once
it.
in a while.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
great that
they're
you have those
just-
connections.
There is so
Yeah.
much to be offered where they're at now.
Yeah, yeah.
That they never have to go outside other than to go to the store or go to the doctor's. Everything else is inside.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. My parents are out at Sun City Festival, which is it's a little
Okay,
bit further
yeah.
out,
Oh,
but
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
they love
Know
it
where
so
it's
far.
at.
Yeah, and of course
Yeah.
they moved here to come be with family because my brother moved out of the country, so
Okay.
it's nice that they came. And then their best friends came, so kind of similar to
Yeah.
you guys, and I think that's helped them a lot too. Of,
Yeah, it does.
yeah, having that social
Mm-hmm.
connection and people that remember you back in the day. And
Yeah, and the nice thing is, of course, they've known Jody since she was just a little kid, and so anyway, Jody always has them over to her house at Christmas or Thanksgiving or sometime.
If she's having Thanksgiving, we ask them,
Aw.
and Christmas time we do, because Jim and Cheryl, they don't have family out here.
yeah, yeah.
So I told Carmi, I says, you know, particularly at Thanksgiving and Christmas time, we need to invite them so that they're kind of not left out.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
sitting at home all by yourself, you can't do anything. You know.
Well, in fact, Jody called her the other day and said, "Hey, I'm having Thanksgiving this year. What have you guys got any plans?" And they said, "Well, no, not yet." And she said, "Well, you do now. You're coming to my house."
Oh. And I'm sure Jody loves that too because she's so social. I went to one of her Christmas parties, but yeah, I'm kind of a stay-at-home
Yeah.
person too.
Have you been to her Christmas parties?
Yeah, I went. I think it was about like maybe it was 5 years ago now.
Yeah,
'Cause
okay.
I brought my daughter. I might have met you guys. Probably
I bet,
did.
I bet you probably did.
don't
'cause
remember.
I think we've been to all of them. Forgive me, I don't remember you.
I don't either, so we're okay.
Well, we're 5 years younger back then.
Yeah.
We didn't age that much.
So it sounds like, are you guys involved in anything like in the community? Do you do like volunteering anywhere or go to
No.
like?
Not really. We belong to the rec center up here.
Oh, okay.
We just joined that 2 years ago, mainly for the use of the swimming pool.
Oh,
Now, the charge was $1,200 to get in, but it's a win-win situation. If you want out, you get the $1,200 back.
oh, that's a good deal.
But then the
Yeah.
annual fee is $300.
Oh, I see.
$300 and you can swim year round
Yeah,
because the pool's heated in the wintertime.
and not have
If
to
you have
maintain it
if you
yourself.
have your
Yeah,
own, if you've got
exactly.
your own pool,
Yeah.
you've got quite an expense to keep the update on
Yeah.
it. And there's times we've gone up there to go swimming, and just her and I are the only ones in the pool.
Oh,
We thought,
nice. Another date night.
You can't beat this. No. Yeah, we don't go. What am I trying to say? Basically, we don't go in naked.
No.
But there's another term
We
for
turn
it.
this camera off. No.
I can't think of it, you know.
Yeah, the skinny
But,
dipping.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
In
I
the
mean, if you have a
birthday
bucket
suit,
list,
you know,
right?
so. But it's, like I say, it's a win-win situation.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you sure you want to get in it again? Yeah, and I do again this year. We pay our dues in June, you know.
Yeah.
But I like to go into, that's good exercise for
Oh,
both
yeah.
of us to get in that pool, whether you do anything or not. Walking around, having the water pressure up against you, walking around is great exercise.
Yeah.
And it's good for the body and the soul.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I feel like for $300 a year, it's well worth it.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great. Okay. And then you get out in the sun and wow.
Well,
And like he said, we belong to CCV.
Yeah.
We haven't been going as regularly lately because he's got a bad leg. I haven't felt good, so we've had all kinds of excuses not to be going. But when we do go, We do a lot of volunteer work
Okay.
through the
Yeah.
church, and we really enjoy it because it's working with people who can't get out and who can't do things.
Yeah.
So we enjoy that.
So paying it forward, what you can offer to
Yeah.
people. Oh, that's amazing.
So
So
and that's important to us to do those things when we can.
yeah, I can tell you guys have talked a lot about giving back and sharing and memories and experiences more important than money. So
Yeah.
you have very strong values.
Yeah.
So I've kind of thought of a challenging question, and I hope it's not offensive, but when thinking about systems, this was kind of the question I came up with because I know that Jody's family is very religious, and so I kind of figured that she probably got that from you guys. And knowing that you've been married for 57 years shows that, the marriage institution, you guys respect that, and it's very valuable to you. So I'm wondering, over the past couple of decades, some policies have shifted to like allowing gay marriage and changing kind of what probably when you got married, what marriage was meant to be has kind of shifted over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking about writing my paper about your thoughts on that shift and how, if that's affected you or affected how you think about marriage, or do you feel like that made your marriage less valuable to society or anything like that?
I don't think so.
It doesn't bother us.
Okay.
We've got friends who are gay.
Okay.
I don't.
My daughter-in-law, she's got a brother who's gay. These things don't bother us. If they want to get married, that's fine. Don't flaunt yourself to me,
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a gay person who does that.
Yeah.
And it's funny, a gay person can spot a gay person, or you and I can't, but
Not
they
always,
can.
anyway.
But we've been around a bunch of gay people, and some of them are just a real card,
Right. They've got
And
that personality.
We lived in Indianapolis, and we had a couple of guys lived around the corner from us, and they had a fantastic flower garden in their backyard,
Oh.
Yeah.
And we was taking our walk, and they said, "Hey, would you like to come back and see our flowers?" Yeah, of course we could see them from our house, but so things like that doesn't bother us. And as far as mixed marriages, we had that when we were growing up. It was.
We didn't.
Like, oh, this is interesting.
We kind of looked on a different way back then.
Yeah.
But as time changes, so.
So would you say there were still like gay couples? They just weren't recognized by like the government, by marriage, but
Right.
you still saw
Mm-hmm.
people in relationships.
Right.
Well, I'd like to say, yes, I don't know my Bible as well as what she does, but,
You know it pretty well now.
God looks at it from the standpoint that God forgives everybody. Now, it may be the case, maybe he doesn't agree, but he allows it. God allows everything to happen. So, I have nothing against them. It was just to give you a funny. 3 years ago at CCV, we went to the Christmas show. My brother-in-law is Jewish. They had good friends who are gay, and my sister-in-law says, "Yeah, I went to church the other night. I had a Jew and 2 gay guys with me." But it's, I have no problem with it. Carmi doesn't either.
Okay. So if there were like something to vote on, or if I don't know how to like tie this into my paper
Well,
really, but
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
yeah, like with this.
We vote our conscience, okay? If something like that were to come up that you're voting on as far as something like that, we vote what we think is right, okay? I don't care what other people think, what her and I think. and that's how we treat everything.
That's great. That's really like progressive as far as, you know, like I guess when I think of like my grandparents or even my parents somewhat, that, you know, there were just certain things that were believed when you were young, and they've shifted, and, you know, some people have changed with the times and some haven't, or, you know, so that's really great that it sounds like you guys have the belief that like love is first, you know, and that God's love is first.
Yeah, that's the way we feel.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I don't know if that's right or wrong. I can just say that's the way Jim and I
That's the way
sort
we do.
things out.
Yeah.
Granted, you know, the way we were raised, Carmen was raised in the Assembly of God, I was raised in Presbyterian. Kind of two different ways here.
Oh,
you know,
really?
but still, you know, and granted, with our folks when we were growing up, segregation and so forth,
Yeah.
they couldn't see it. And Carmen's in our generation, we grew up with it and we understood it. And we went to school with it and we accepted it. Our parents, a lot of them didn't. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is how things have changed, progressed from our parents' generation to our generation, and what we're preaching to our kids that they can preach to their kids.
Yeah, that makes
Now,
sense.
they leave it basically up to their kids. This is the way I believe, you do the way you believe, you know. And that's why we done it with our kids, you know. This is how we feel, but you've got to make your decision on how you feel, and I'll go along with you. I may not agree with you, but I'll go along with you,
Yeah.
okay?
Great. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for sharing that information. That's so helpful. And maybe the experience of seeing that segregation, like desegregation, while you were probably like in school and while you were younger, so you had that, you were like on the cutting edge really of, wow, maybe, you know, the way we're treating people is, you know, you got to see it as this isn't right, whereas your parents, that's just like how it was, and it, you know,
Exactly.
yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
that helped you to be able to also have a more open mind, even if like your religion or your, you know, your idea of marriage might be different, but
And like I say, one thing that I've never been against, my age bracket coming from Indiana was a black population, and I've never been against them. I've always been for them. Now, yeah, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with that they do, but there's a lot of things that white folks do that I don't agree with. But when my mom went to work, my dad wanted her to go to work, and she said, well, I'll need somebody to do some housework. He says, okay. So she had a black lady come in to do the housework, which is fine, I had no problem. And I used to take her home, you know, when she got done of the
She
day,
was the
I'd take her
sweetest
home.
lady.
She's as nice as can be, you know.
yeah.
So like I say, I was able to see all the different sides.
Yeah, like your experiences
on.
might not have matched up with what your parents
Yeah.
were raised to believe.
yeah.
So it kind of broke that down a little. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I'm sure that's where Jody gets her open-minded and open heart. You know, she's so good with working all
I'm sure
people.
it is from the different things that she says to me, and the different times she comes to me and thanks me for this and that
Aw.
and everything else. And I'd send her a message that we were reminiscing one time, and I'd send a message to her. I says, you know, life's been good to us, you know. It's been a wonderful life, you know. And I says, with more to come. And I sent it to Jamie and Jody, you know, and Jamie's our son.
Oh.
And a little while later, Jody sent back to me and she says, nice. I don't even have it on my phone anymore. Nice, and it's been a wonderful life with more to come. And about 20 minutes later, my son sent back, nice, it's nice, on top, nice. It's been a wonderful ride with more to come. So it lets me know that my kids enjoyed their upbringing with Carmen and I. It was so much different than the upbringing I came through,
Yeah.
but it was almost identical to the upbringing Carmen came through,
Oh.
you know.
Oh.
So now be still.
Well, if you had any advice to offer future social work students or that are learning about the different, the process of aging or like what it's like to be at the top where you guys are at, do you have any wise words of wisdom?
Just be kind to everybody. I think that's the best thing you can do, is just, show everybody love.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you got to do that, and as far as married couples, don't keep anything and let it fester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll come out, and now granted, I don't care who the person is. We've been married 57 years. We have disagreements. All marriages do. I don't care who you talk to that's in our age bracket. Oh, we get along great.
Yeah.
They're full of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or they don't remember the.
Yeah.
All marriages go through this, but we're working to make our marriage better. So
Yeah.
Still working after 57 years.
Yeah.
So still employed at the business of marriage.
Yeah.
No.
well, we set a goal. We made it to 57. We set a goal that we'd like to be married to 100 years.
Oh, wow.
Well, that would be nice, but you got to have goals, we was talking the other day, 75 would be nice too. At 75, she'd be 94, and I'd be 96 or something like this.
That reminds
Still
me,
young.
honey. I saw on TV last night, right before I fell asleep, they had just introduced this couple from some other state. I don't remember where it was at now. Anyway, they were celebrating their 80th wedding anniversary.
Oh.
They are now the longest married couple in the United States.
We're going to top that.
Okay. I thought, where's Jim?
Said, game on.
Jim, did you hear that?
If she'll put up with me, we're going to top that.
It sounds like a challenge.
Yeah.
I'll stay
Like I say,
tuned in.
like, you got to set goals in your life, and you got to look down the road and try to meet everything you can, and be nice to people.
Yeah.
It's easy to be upset with people, but what's it going to get you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Well, you're quite welcome, Joanna.
Thank you for the water and the offer of cookies, but I've got to go have dinner with my family, so
Okay.
they'll know I snuck some sugar if I do that. So thank you.
And I got to see your picture the whole time.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I'm surprised you can still see. No. Thank you. Oh, we're going to 48 minutes. Woo!